In this video, I'm reviewing 4 different microfiber towels by Max Shine. What's going on? Glad you're here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a pro detailer or a car enthusiast who loves everything auto detailing, then definitely consider subscribing. So I've done very few videos about this on the channel, about specifically microfiber towels, and it's probably something that a lot of you are wondering about. And so I wanted to review 4 different really great microfiber towels here just to kind of get the ball rolling. And I'm gonna do this through not only washing my car, but drying my car and doing the windows as well to kind of test all of these out. Basically what I've got here is number 1, this is a twisted loop drying towel from Max Shine. Basically the idea behind this towel is that it is going to be a drying towel. It's going to hold a lot of water, but it's not going to be super big or super plush. That way it's a little bit easier, maybe a little bit less cumbersome to have to carry around and work with. This microfiber towel here is what they call their Soft Zero Crazy microfiber towel, and basically it is like an ultra plush edgeless microfiber. A lot of you guys like that edgeless, kind of like a 2-ply ultra plush, super soft edgeless microfiber towel. This is going to be great for things like rinseless washes, maybe waterless washes, even last touches, things that require kind of a greater level of caution in order to make sure that you're minimizing scratching. Right here is their glass microfiber towel, their glass crazy towel. This is kind of your classic tight weave microfiber towel that's not going to leave any fibers behind. It's not going to leave any lint behind. Because it's got that super tight weave and that low pile, it's not thick, it's not, again, it's not going to like grab onto anything and be difficult to work your, glass cleaner in, your glass shine in. It makes it very easy to finish windows or prepare windows before you're finishing them. And this can also be used for polishing things like chrome, glass, metals, etc. And then we've got kind of just the classic microfiber towel here. I'll show you guys it. It's kind of just like a blue plush microfiber towel. These are kind of the towels that can be used for anything, right? Interiors, exteriors, washing, waxing, interiors, carpets, fabrics, dashboard, all that kind of stuff. It's just gonna be kind of a plush, easy to work with towel. This one is particularly bigger than the ones I generally use on interiors. And so how I'm going to be using these is pretty simple. Right here, I'm gonna be using about 4 or 5 of these and dipping them into my soapy bucket solution here. And in this solution, I've got degreaser and ONR because I'm actually gonna be stripping this car paint because I'm gonna be doing some polishing and things to it afterwards, getting rid of some holograms. So I'm gonna be using about 5 of these microfiber towels dipped in there to use sort of a Gary Dean wash method. Then of course the glass microfiber towel I will be using for obvious reasons on the glass inside and out. And then these last 2 right here, I actually wanna use both of them just to dry because I kind of just wanna see which one I kind of prefer when it comes to drying. The thinner one that is supposed to kind of replace the more plush towels, or the kind of the plush, edgeless, thicker microfiber towel. Now I'll speed up kind of the end of this, but as I kind of get started, I want to talk to you guys as I wash the car just to give you a couple kind of first notes. So I'm going to take my Max Shine towels here, dip them in the cold water solution. A good way, on a side note, if you guys have any enemies that you want to get revenge on, make them wash a car in the wintertime. I'm gonna take my Max Shine Elite Silk Edge towels here. You guys can see they've kind of, they've got this silk edge that's kind of hemmed in, and that way it kind of keeps the towels from fraying or almost makes them last a little bit longer. It keeps them from falling apart quite as easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip these in there, and again, I'm gonna be using a sort of Gary Dean method with these. And again, in this solution, I have Super Clean and I have my Optimum No Rinse. This is just kind of my go-to solution for before I'm gonna strip the paint. I go ahead and I just clean with a little degreaser to help get all of the surface dirt off and any waxes or anything. Now, I'm gonna wet the panel before I do this, and then we'll get into it. All right, so I'm gonna take my microfiber towel here, and these are super soft on both sides. You have a little bit of a looser fiber on one side and a little bit tighter weave on the other side. Because they're so big, I can actually fold this in a little bit more than just fourths. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean, actually squeeze just a little bit of that out so it's not dripping down my arm. And again, the Gary Dean method here, I'm just going to kind of use one side for one panel. And then when I finish that panel, I'll flip to the clean side and I'll go around once again, just like this. Now as I'm doing this, a couple notes. Number 1, very standard with this kind of microfiber towel. It's extremely soft. Again, I'm gonna flip to my clean side just like this. And if I ever need to kind of apply more liquid or more soap, I'll just take a towel like this and kind of drip it onto this towel rather than dipping it back into the solution and dirtying that solution. A couple notes here. I'm starting with the looser pile side, the less tight weave. I do that on purpose. I think it kind of helps as far as minimizing scratching. But these are extremely soft. That's why I'm using them. I like the plush towels. Sometimes people reserve even these kind for drying because they tend to be so plush. I like them for washing, honestly, because of that reason exactly, minimizing scratching. So big thumbs up on these for washing. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the whole car, and then we'll come in for the drying. So the paint is totally washed. One quick note I want to make about their silk edge towels right here that I used is one way that I knew how plush and soft they were is as I folded it even into more than fourths like this, and I would switch, of course, every time I switched a panel, I'd switch to a clean side. The fibers would rub past each other and slide past each other, even no matter which kind of way I was folded, whether I was on the looser or the finer microfibers. So these, you guys can see how easy it is to slide. I mean, it's just incredibly soft. And while it's a little cumbersome while you're washing to have the fold kind of mess up because it's so soft, that's actually a problem that I want to have because it tells me that what I'm using is incredibly soft, and that's what I want my wash mitt or my wash towels to be, that kind of material that is just crazy soft. So now I'm gonna be drying the paint with their soft, zero crazy microfiber edgeless towel. You guys can see no edge right there, and incredibly soft. You can probably tell from even the image how soft that is. I'll probably fold it into fourths, and hopefully you guys can see. Maybe I can zoom in just a little bit so you can see the water here. Again, I want to do one side with this one and then the other side with their more dedicated drying towel. But again, you guys can see, even as I pass just one single time, that of course it dries it all, perfectly. That's not really what I was worried about, but I love these plush towels, and particularly the edgeless towels as I am drying, because just like I'm using these ultra plush towels when I'm washing, I'm doing the same when I'm drying, and it gives me that peace of mind, I guess, as I'm doing this, so I'm not scratching the paint. So I don't want to speed this up because I do want you guys to see even just how quickly I can actually literally clean this entire side. So I'm just gonna let this run, clean the windows. I'm not gonna do the roof. Again, I'm just gonna do this single side here. Not putting a ton of pressure, but just enough to get the water up. And every now and again, I might switch to a other clean side as well. But there we go. So check this out. Totally dried, and that took, maybe 45 seconds, 30, 45 seconds. And there's the paint here. So you guys can see, it looks very nice. Windows are dry. A couple little watermarks, but again, that edgeless plush towel absorbs very well. So we'll go ahead and try the twist loop towel on the other side. Now I'm gonna actually hold the camera up here and just kind of try to do this as simply as I can. Again, the idea behind this towel is that it's a drying towel, particularly absorbent. However, it's not really big and cumbersome like the other ones are. So you guys can see, like a traditional drying towel is pretty large and normally pretty thick and plush. This is really easy to work with, not quite as cumbersome. You can see all this liquid right here, so we'll go ahead and dry like this. There we go. Getting some of the window as well. And there it is. So that worked really well. Not being sarcastic, I'm being totally serious. That worked very well, and I can actually feel in the towel kind of the weightiness of the water that just got absorbed. So let's go ahead and try that on this back windshield as well. I want to try to get a bunch of water in this just to kind of see how much it's holding. You guys can see I'm just barely going over all of these wet areas. It's really coming out nicely, drying very easily and very nicely. I'll do the roof because there's a lot of water there. Okay, so I just dried the whole windshield, the entire roof, as well as the back window and the top of the trunk here, and I still wouldn't have to squeeze this towel out. I could still continue drying, and I could probably just show you guys. I could still continue drying because there's still left, I can feel it in the towel, there's still a lot of room left for more water. So I'll just go ahead and continue with this entire side here. Okay, so you guys just saw I went ahead and dried the rest of the car, the roof, the whole side, the right side, or the passenger side, the windshield, the whole front, and the whole back with this twisted loop drying towel. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I halfway doubted this in the beginning before I was using this. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I anticipated probably liking the Plush towel as far as drying goes more than this one. But as far as absorbency goes, check that out. So I dried that whole side and basically the entire car except for the driver's side with this towel, and it's still difficult to squeeze out the water because there's so much room left in this towel for more water to be absorbed, and it's tiny. So check out that size there. There's that looser microfiber side, and then here's the tighter weave here. So check that out. That is pretty surprising to me, to be completely honest with you, and definitely a very absorbent drying towel, and not gonna leave any scratches as well. Now the last towel I wanna try out here is the glass towel. Now particularly these glass specific towels are gonna be very tight weave. The reason for that is because rather than using a traditional microfiber towel that has maybe a higher GSM, maybe some looser, a higher pile towel, when those get washed, or even sometimes when they're not washed, there is a potential for it to leave lint and kind of fuzz and debris on the glass after you finish. So when you have this really tight weave, it's not going to leave anything. So this is my 50/50 alcohol and distilled water solution. I'm gonna spray it pretty liberally on the window on purpose because I normally wouldn't spray this much, but I wanna see basically how much this can absorb, number one. And number two, it is important to understand that these glass specific towels are very much kind of designed to work in product rather than absorb, which kind of frustrates me with these kind of towels because it's always been difficult for me to get these glass specific ones to absorb well. But as I'm using this, you guys just saw, this is real time. So I'm gonna show you this. I'm not gonna crop any of this out. You guys just saw how little I wiped with this towel. I haven't even switched it to a dry side, okay? This is just using one single side of the towel. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys kind of what I'm looking at here because this is crazy. Number one, it's difficult to pick things up in the camera when you're talking about glass, but number two, can you see how clear that is? It's the outside hasn't been done other than just washing it, but it's like classic and so ironic. As I was talking about how it's difficult for these towels to absorb at the level I want them to, this one just absorbed perfectly. Maybe I can turn it around and get some sun on it. You see how all that alcohol and distilled water solution is in that towel right there? It literally absorbed completely after maybe 4 or 5 passes of me just going back and forth with one single side. I didn't even buff it off with a dry side. So check that out. That's a good towel, no question. Now this is the first time I'm using this towel, but as I was talking about what I don't like about them, this one totally trumped that. Check that out. So all 4 of these microfiber towels definitely are fantastic, and even as I'm using them right now, I'm like pumped about having these and getting to experiment more because they are really doing a great job. Again, these are by a company called Max Shine. I love Max Shine. I love partnering with Max Shine. They put out great products, great tools, and because of that, I like to show you guys their products and tools because I genuinely believe that these will actually help you in your detailing world. Again, Max Shine has a lifetime warranty on all of their products. They have great customer service. I talk back and forth with their service reps constantly. And of course, relative to all the prices in the detailing world as far as microfibers go, they're very, very well priced as far as what you're getting. They're not too high, not too low. I think they're right in that good range for us detailers who are hitting cars like this on a daily basis. And for those of you that are interested and want to learn more, Max Shine's headquarters are located in Madison, Wisconsin, but they are quickly spreading to different areas throughout the US as well. Now, for those of you wanting to check out these products or others by them, I'm going to link up all the specific links to these particular products in the description box below. Definitely check out their website as well as links to their products in the YouTube description box. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hook up all that stuff in the YouTube comments and like this video if it added any value to your life. And listen, if you're a pro auto detailer or just a car enthusiast who loves everything auto detailing, then definitely consider subscribing. And for those of you who just want more information about everything auto detailing, how to save money on the best products, tools, and strategies, and avoid all the hype in the industry, I'm gonna hook up a link to my website below in the description box, detailingjunk.com. Definitely check out more content there. Thank you guys so much for watching and being involved here, and as always from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, I'm gonna be using a sort of Gary Dean method with these. Oh, that water is cold.